Hello everyone! Today I would like to tell you more about Tamper Protection in Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Tamper Protection is a feature that enforces some components or protection mechanisms on Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. The reason why is it so important is that on our incident response engagements, we very often see threat actors trying to disable endpoint protection systems on devices. Because in general, endpoint protection systems protect the devices, which means those systems are meant to stop attackers or make their work much harder at least, and potentially bring attention of the security people that are monitoring the environment and the devices. So for threat actors, it's very important to, if possible, disable endpoint protection systems or change their configuration so that their work is easier. Which is the reason why it's very important for you as the blue team to enforce configurations of Microsoft Defender for Endpoint and don't allow any changes to be done locally on devices, and really protect the endpoint protection and detection mechanisms so it's continuously running and cannot be disabled or changed locally. And this is why we have Tamper Protection in Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Microsoft Defender for Endpoint Tamper Protection simply ensures that any unauthorized modification or change to the core mechanisms or capabilities of Microsoft Defender for Endpoint are not allowed locally. So it ensures that virus and threat protection remains enabled. It also ensures that the real-time protection remains turned on. Behavior monitoring remains turned on. Cloud protection remains enabled. That security intelligence updates are regularly downloaded and applied on the devices. That automatic actions are taken on detected threats. And also that archive files are scanned. So these are some of the settings or capabilities of Microsoft Defender for Endpoint that are protected by Tamper Protection. There are also some prerequisites. You need to have Windows 11 on any version. If you use Windows 10, it needs to be at least version 1709. If you use Windows Server, then it works on any version of Server 2022 or 2019. If you use Windows Server 2016 or even 2012 R2, you need to be using the modern unified solution for Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. So if you still use the legacy solution that's not supported any longer, that was originally used via or onboarded via the log analytics agent, you need to switch to the modern unified solution on these older Windows Server operating systems. Tamper Protection also works on macOS, and you need to be at least on the Big Sur version, which is the macOS 11. If you have these prerequisites met in your environment, you can start enforcing and leveraging the benefits of Tamper Protection. There are two ways how you can configure Tamper Protection for Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. The first way, which is the easiest way, is from the Microsoft Defender XDR portal. So if you go to security.microsoft.com and in the left menu scroll down to the bottom, here you see settings and open endpoints here. Wait for the advanced features to load up. And if you scroll a little down, you see Tamper Protection. If Tamper Protection is turned off, you should turn it on from here. Click Save Preferences. This Tamper Protection setting is a tenant-wide setting, which means that it's applied to all devices that are onboarded to Microsoft Defender for Endpoint in this tenant. You cannot configure it from this security portal, so it's all or nothing. If you want to have more granularity more control over Tamper Protection, if you want to do some kind of slow rollout of the feature, you can use Microsoft Intune. So if you go to intune.microsoft.com, go to Endpoint Security, Antivirus, you can create a new policy here. The platform will be Windows 10, Windows 11 and Windows Server, and the profile will be Windows Security Experience. We give it some name, so it can be, for example, enable Tamper Protection for MDE. On the configuration settings page, the first setting that you see here is actually the Tamper Protection setting. And as you can see, it's applied to devices. So we can turn it on here, click Next, and on assignments, we will assign it, for example, to all devices. Obviously, if it's your production environment, it's probably a good idea to roll it out in some waves. So not to all devices at once, but to some group of devices, and then extend it to other groups until you reach the whole environment, all devices in the environment. You can do so by groups if your devices belong to some groups, or you can also use these assignment filters. It's completely up to you, but it's important that you need to assign it to devices. You can click Next and Save. The policy has been created, and the devices, as soon as the devices get this policy, the devices will have Tamper Protection enabled, which means that the settings, the configuration, the detection capabilities in Microsoft Defender for Endpoint will be turned on, and it will not be possible to turn it off locally or change it or disable it, whatever. Now maybe you are wondering, what if you have enabled also the tenant byte setting that I showed you earlier? This Intune policy takes precedence. It has a higher priority. So if you enable the tenant byte setting in the Microsoft Defender XDR portal and also configure some policy here, the policy is actually applied and the tenant byte setting is not applied to your devices. So if you want to have it under your control, you can configure it via Intune, and Intune configuration takes precedence over the setting that's configured in the security portal. That's all from my side for today. I definitely recommend you to enable Tamper Protection for Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Please share the video on your social network profiles, because I feel like it's quite important, because we see this abused by threat actors in the wild on our incident response engagements. But it's very important to have this turned on and enforced on all devices, preferably. Don't forget to follow my Cybersecurity World blog. You can also follow my profile on social networks such as LinkedIn, Twitter, Mastodon or Blue Sky, where you can find me by my name, Lucas Baran. And that's really all from my side for today. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and see you next time.